Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports. South Africa 29, England 20. Not maybe one of the all-timers from a box performance perspective, who were under a lot of pressure in that second half and had to really grind out a win. But at the end, too good for an England side, which gave them a good go. And credit must go to England, who continue to manage to get themselves up and be competitive into a game. Just seems to be missing that sort of edge, that bit of X factor, that one little sort of moment, a couple of moments to win a game. And once they find that, I think that there's a good team in there. But that is now 3 losses on the bounce for Steve Borthwick, and pressure will begin to really mount up on the England coach unless he starts getting things turned around quite quickly. So he'll have the Six Nations next year, I assume. But if they were to pull the trigger, well, I suppose it is 3 on the bounce. New Zealand, South Africa, tough games to win, but on the back of that Australian loss, lots of questions to be asked of this English side, who once again gave South Africa a good go, but a 9-point win in the end, and a couple of very nice performances from the box. Before we break it down, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Awful start for the box. Early tries. Ollie Slato went over in the corner. Marcus Smith, though, I said in the week, he's such a dangerous player. And if there was one player who was going to potentially cause the box problems, it was always going to be Marcus Smith. And it was Marcus Smith today. Ball comes back. He looks up. He sees a couple of forwards on the left-hand side and says, I reckon we can take them on. Does take them on. Gets away from Oxenchair. Creates a bit of a 2-on-1 situation. The pass finally goes to Ollie Slato. Cheslin Kolbe has to try and cover the tackle with not much space, and unfortunately can't. And they go for their first try. However, bit of magic from Grant Williams. Goodness me, poor Freddie Stewart was sent for sausages. He burst from a ruck and about 10 minutes in, got through a tackle and was straight in front. And at the time, whilst commentating, I was looking around. I was like, oh, where's the support? There's no support. He didn't need support. Grant Williams went inside, went outside. Freddie Stewart went, I've got him, and then Washington Base scored a try. It was phenomenal from Grant Williams. It's that kind of X factor and speed that he brings to a game that is so good. Monty Leibach with the extras and 7 points apiece. A silly penalty then from Pieter-Steph du Toit 5 minutes later gave England back the lead before there was a very weird try. Eben Etzebeth, lots of pressure on Jack van Poortvliet, charges him down. Marcus Smith in then trying to clean up. His kick gets charged down Pieter-Steph du Toit. The ball miraculously stays inside. I mean, the bounce of the ball. And he dives onto the ball to make it 12 points to 10. Monty Leibach's conversion coming off the post. And then 5 minutes later, we ask, why does Monty Leibach play? Because of moments like this. Penalty advantage, straight to him, and inch perfect, lovely little cross kick to Cheslin Kolbe, who was so calm. Freddie Stewart, the cross kick was too good, took him out of it. All he could do was try and get across to make the tackle on Cheslin Kolbe, and Kolbe just waits, takes it, basically steps back slightly in. Freddie Stewart goes straight past him, and he goes, thank you very much, dots down. Leibach nails the conversion, nice conversion. At 19 points to 10, you're thinking, there we go, game on. But just 3 minutes later, Sam Underhill, once again, very good awareness of the players, sees 2 props and a gap, runs in between Volkolo and Oxenchair. Volkolo probably a little bit slow to react. He goes over. Marcus Smith adds the extras. 2 points at half time. After half time, I tell you what, it was a proper grind from the box. Early try disallowed for a forward pass. England then all over the box. Get a 3 points by Marcus Smith. Take a lead. They actually had a try then disallowed because of a croc roll, although there was potentially a forward pass. And then Andre Pollard came on, kicked a nice penalty, which actually hit the post and then over. That put us back on the lead, and then some very nice handling. Damien Delendi burst through a gap, burst through 2 players actually, of Henry Slade and Van Earl, to create a little 3-on-1, pass out to Cheslin Kolbe. He had too much space and gas. He went over. Nice conversion from Pollard. 29 points to 20, and that is how it ended, despite a yellow card towards the end from Gerard Stennekamp and a lot of pressure being mounted throughout the game. Very interesting game overall. And England will have watched that game and be sitting there going, how have we not capitalized during that 25, 30-minute period where they were just winning penalty after penalty? Box went down to 14 men, kept conceding a couple of penalties, were actually on a final warning to potentially get another yellow card sent off. But a couple of key penalties. Malcolm Marx with a good turnover. Vincent Koch with a good turnover. A couple of key moments, which eventually was enough to win the game. England dominated the territory, had more territory, as well as more possession. The set piece were quite interesting. Box won a couple of scrum, well, 3, 4, I think, scrum penalties. England won a couple of their own as well. We didn't quite get the scrum dominance we really wanted. A couple of times we had a couple of nice scrums, but we didn't manage to get, really stuck into that. And I think that is a big thing. And that, I think, was something that we were really banking on and didn't quite get right. Similarly, I think, England were probably hoping to win more of the area battle than they did, although they almost created a try from a couple of Freddie Stewart, that take where there was nobody in front of him. So it was interesting to see how the different tactics at times paid off, but probably not for both teams as much as they would have liked. Where I thought the Boks were really, really good is the restarts, especially when Molly was on the field. We were just putting them in different places, and I think we won. England officially won 71% of restarts, but every single time as a restart was a lottery. We were better. A couple of restarts made a bit of a hash up, but we were at 86%. The new Boks, though, 324 post-contact meters, 7 line breaks, creating a lot of space out wide, winning 5 turnovers to England's 4. Discipline not great, though. 13 penalties, most of those coming in the second half, something we need to try and brush up. Defensively, a couple of defensive lapses, but overall, generally still fairly solid. If you look at some individual performances, though, line breaks, and Kolbe with 3. Siya Kolisi topped the South Africa tackle charts with 14. A couple of big carries for England. Mark Smith carried 12 times. Ben Earl carried 13 times. Vincent Koch with 2 turnovers coming on. Siya Kolisi had the most dominant carries. So, really good work from him. If we look at stat, I want to look at meters carried, for example. Grant Williams was 62. I think overall, at times really, really good from the Boks and like X factor stuff. And then at times you kind of sit there going, got to be more accurate. So I think the main thing is it's not the finished product, and we know it's not the finished product, but there is so much power and there is so much quality that we don't always have to be our best throughout the entire game to be able to win it. We can have lapses where we're under pressure. We're very good at soaking it up and then managing to find clutch moments. And that's the big thing with experience, and that's why the experience is so important. Vincent Koch with those 2 turnovers. Malcolm Marx with that turnover. That experience, you can't buy that. Yes, we're trying to get into more of our players, but those are moments that win you games. And a couple of massive, massive interventions from them. And at the end of the day, job done once again. 2 from 2. We go marching on to Wales next week. I'm sure we'll see a rotated side. But before we even talk about that, very, very interesting to see what everybody says. And I'm just trying to sort this out.